clarify to you, what is your most precious resource? A business critical resource that you have right now?
I would say security. That's our biggest concern in IT that we've been dealing with lately.
And I'm assuming that most of these projects are going to be government projects, which means you got to tighten up your security and you got to comply with the data regulations that comes from the government. We're talking about probably FedRAMP. We're talking about NIST, right? And you got to make sure that you're in pretty much in alignment with all these data regulations. Do you think that's also an investment that you guys need to do? And how quick can you actually wrap up your business continuity plan, your disaster recovery plan to meet those requirements? And these are security is costly.
Yep.
It's very costly. It's not cheap at all.
We've been looking at a NIST compliance for a couple of years. So we've been going down that path. Well, I'd say about 2019 we started it. We just don't have the staff, but our CEO is behind us getting our certification moving forward. It's a very high labor intensive engagement. So we spend a lot of time at. We've been just getting everything we can in place to get our NIST certification, and we have a consultant helping us with it. So I don't know many firms that actually are NIST compliant, at least in the ACC IT side of things. There might be a few, but most of us, it seems like all of us are going down that same path.
And I agree with you. And it's a challenge of how do you manage your cash flow, because to become NIST or FedRAMP certified, you got to invest a whole lot of money, a big sum of money. You got to put it in place. You need consultants to help you. You need auditors to come and check on you and make sure that you're in compliance and certify your compliance level or state. You need to invest in tools and systems, and these are very, very, very expensive from an IT perspective. I think they're the most expensive when you talk about infrastructure. And at the same time, you still haven't got the cash yet, because for you to earn the projects from the government, you got to have these, as a checklist first. And this brings in also a challenge specifically to the medium and small enterprises. The cash is not there, but we're expected to be certified before we can get to touch any of these projects. How do we solve such a problem? I don't see the infrastructure role paying any attention to this.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with that. What we've had in our industry is we've had some mid-sized firms get hit with ransomware that's cost them millions and millions of dollars, and that scared the hell out of my CEO. And once that happened, we started really getting pushed. We were pushing it before, and we kept saying, no, it's too expensive. No, it's too expensive. And then we started seeing that happen, and it was almost like the checkbook or the coffers open said, you guys need to do something. And we've just been increasing our security posture without breaking the bank, but we've just been taking baby steps and keep moving forward to secure our industry, secure our infrastructure, the IT now inside, and make sure that we're not the next person that makes the news. And that's really what our CEO wants.
Mr. Charles, is that too much to ask? Go for the government and ask them to kind of put something there to help small and medium, specifically small and medium, creative houses or, engineering firms to boost up their security and invest more in their security to meet the data regulations required by the government to work on government projects.
I totally agree with everything that's been said. So you can pay me now, you can pay me later, and it's going to come back. 95% of this money, transportation, comes out of our taxes, and it goes to the government, and they are supposed to be spending it wisely. Now, if you don't make the right investments, you're going to lose that investment. So yes, I agree that there should be some government oversight as far as how security of the information systems that are being used is absolutely essential. And and I agree with Mike. I know some companies who went through ransomware and actually some malware. They were just trying to destroy the company without even asking for ransom. I saw that CEOs and presidents, they changed overnight. They became taken down as these were very high-level people who were taking down, and there was nothing they can do. It was out of their control, and it's just a bad feeling, and I hope nobody has to go through it. And the only way that can be it was really on a federal level across the United States, and because this is coming probably from all over the world, and it's beyond any individual company's control.